What is my definition of off-grid? Well, the general consensus, the straight-out, proper, complete off-grid is to not have any wires or pipes connected to your residence. That's pretty much it. I think, though, you can class yourself as off-grid when you don't have the electricity or the natural gas connected to your residence. I think you can start to say you're off-grid then, because it's sort of that you've chopped off the major sources of energy being brought directly into your house. But you know, that's off-grid, and there's a lot of people off-grid around here who don't have the water connected or the electricity connected, but they still have landline phones, and quite a few of these people aren't really interested in the internet, but I think some of them do have the internet. There's one I know who has satellite internet, and I use the 3G cellular phone internet. I've got a little extension antenna. It's about 4 or 5 inches long, which I've posted a video on all that already. But you know, there's off-grid basically is not having your electricity or natural gas connected. That sort of qualifies you to sort of pretty much be off-grid. But then the proper, complete off-grid is where I'm at, which is where you don't have anything connected by wires or pipes. The only thing I've got connected here directly to my house is a road. Most people here have got a decent rainwater catchment set up. I don't have that, so I've still got to get water brought in, and I've got to bring in propane and gasoline, which brings me to the next step. There's a step above being off-grid. There's another extra extreme, and that's called self-sufficiency. And you know, that's the point where you don't have to bring in propane or gasoline/petrol. You know, that's when you really go the full-blown step. That's when it doesn't matter what happens in the outside world in regards to them running out of stuff. You're going to be fine pretty much indefinitely. The people who are full-blown self-sufficient use a lot of wood-fired cooking. I can here, but it's just easier to use the LPG/propane stove. Then there's other things such as biogas, which isn't common in most of the world, but it is very common in India, Pakistan, Nepal, China, and becoming more common in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Africa, such as Kenya and Somalia and a few other places like that. And that's a good source of cooking. I've actually got a brochure from a Chinese company who wanted me to be their Australian dealer for biogas equipment. They had everything. Gas mantle lights, hot water systems, rice cookers, and a whole circus worth of different stoves, or cookers as they call them in England. Yeah. And of course they don't know about all the approvals they've got to go through. The other one is gasified generators. They are getting around in the United States, whereas you won't see any of them here in Australia or that many other countries, although Sweden seems to be very knowledgeable on this stuff due to their experience in World War II. Yeah. So there's just off-grid, which is not having natural gas or electricity connected, and then there's proper complete off-grid, which is no wires or pipes connected, and then there's full-blown, which is self-sufficiency, where you don't need any outside sources of anything. You work the whole lot out based on what you've got coming in on your own land, pretty much.